To record. Welcome to this Vitality Reset series talk on Reclaim Your Life. And it's from feeling lost to living with purpose. And I really think this is for you if any of the following resonate. So if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling you've lost touch with who you are, and this might be, suddenly you're in a situation and someone says, "Hey, what's the favorite thing you want to do?" And you're like, "I'm not 100% sure," or you're feeling disconnected from yourself and from others. And when you're lost yourself, then it's hard for others really to get a handle on who you are. And that can lead to, really struggling with self-worth. Why do people even want to spend time with me? And you can find you're living for others instead of yourself. And although giving is a great thing, it's not if you're just giving and you're just feeling like you're living someone else's life and you're not feeling satisfied with that. So if any of those things are correct, then this talk is going to be for you. And I don't know why I'm all blurry, but so I don't know why I'm blurry. There we go. It's better. Sorry about that. Okay, so just a little moment to say that my name's Maud, and the reason I'm doing this, and I feel like I can speak to this, is because I used to be a people pleaser, like a chronic people pleaser. That was me. And I feel like this is a talk that a lot of people pleasers are going to resonate with, because you don't start off being a people pleaser. You don't start off going, "Oh, that's what I want to be." It just sort of happens. And for me, I don't know, I was the eldest of a large family, so I was always helping and I was always helpful. And, I didn't even see it as anything. I didn't even see it as a problem. And the first time I suppose it was brought to my attention was when my husband brought it up. So I had worked for a long time as a doctor, and I worked long hours with lots of shifts. And I'd always been the person that people came to and go, "Oh, can you change this? Can you change this shift? Can you change that shift?" And I would always go, "Yeah, sure." I was always that person. And I remember one time, then I got married, and then someone just said, "Oh, can you change?" And I was like, to my husband, "Oh, somebody wants me to do the Easter break," which was a huge shift. It was days worth. And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Well, their husband such and such kind of," and he was like, "Well, your husband would also like you to be around at this time." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I sort of said no. And I have to say, I started saying no, but it felt really uncomfortable. And I don't think I ever said no without some big explanation, and probably even a little bit of, it's not really my fault type of thing. And then so I sort of got this idea that I was doing it, but I hadn't really understood what it meant for me until I got to a situation. It was after my stepson died, and I was going through a lot, and obviously there's a lot of sadness in our house. And I had a light bulb moment that I can't make anyone else happy. I desperately want people around me to be happy, but I can't do that. I can only make myself happy. And I knew that sort of meant I needed to look at self-love, but how do you do that? And someone had given me a book, and it was called Creative Visualization. And it said, visualize, what you want, like, is it a house, a car, or whatever. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to ask for. And then I was reading other stuff, and it's like, just do more of what you love, what lights you up. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what that is. I couldn't see what it was. And it was a really uncomfortable place. It really made me question everything about myself. I was like, I literally remember saying to myself, I don't know why those people even like me. What do they see? Because I couldn't see it. I was lost. And there are many, many reasons people get into these lost situations. Maybe it's something like me, maybe it's from being people pleasing, maybe it's for other reasons. But suddenly you end up in this place. Sometimes it's, I'm doing a series for women 40s plus, and sometimes it's, that transition when you've been the mum for so long and now the kids have gone and you're like, oh, who am I now? So there are many reasons we get to that place and you're like, who am I? And it can feel like a bad place, but it's actually a great place to be because it's such a great opportunity then to grow. And so I came out of that place. And then I was thinking, I'm doing this course, Vibrant Age Revolution for Women. And I was thinking about this particular area, and I like to make little strategies. And so I was like, oh, I know because to me, I find a strategy to follow easier than just being in a place and then how do I get out of here? It's like, okay, here's a strategy, try this is a step-by-step strategy. So this is my purpose formula that I created just for this very reason. So that's what I'm going to be sharing today. So come on here. So today I'm going to really talk about a little bit about how we get to where we are. How did you lose touch with who you are? How did this happen? And sorry, that's not what we're talking about. How do we get here? We're going to talk about the purpose strategy, and then we're going to do some breath work. And I will explain later why that's actually going to be so helpful to connect. And, I've put journal there because I feel like following this process, it's not like you're not going to suddenly have, well, you might have, but I'm not expecting that everything's going to change after this one talk. But hopefully the strategy allows you to get to the place that you need to be. And sometimes journaling is a really great way to do that. And you can use the purpose formula, just do I wonder, and then whatever the letter is P for the purpose strategy as a prompt for journaling. And that will help you get there. And if you listen to the breath work and then journal, that will be even more powerful, and you'll have the replay to be able to do that. So how do we get here? Well, I like to call it the invisibility cloak or the invisibility veil. And it starts often in childhood, and we do something and we don't feel like it's good enough. We get a message that we take as a message, and sometimes it's not the message that was intended, but as a child, the message that we take is, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. And so you think, I've got to hide that bit and be something else. So we're just trying to be something else, and then you get to another age, and then you get this feeling you just want not quite right, so you put on another veil. And it's often coming from this place of not feeling good enough, or not feeling like you fit in, or feeling like you have to be something else. So you put on another cloak, and you put another cloak, and then you get to this place over here, as an adult, and you've got so many cloaks, you literally don't know who you are. And it's not about finding somebody else to be. It's about taking off the cloaks. It's about remembering. It's about going back, because you're already there. You don't have to be something new. You just have to go back to being what you were at the beginning, because you were good enough. You were enough in all those aspects. You just didn't know it at the time. And so you've created this invisibility cloak. And so it's such a great cloak that you don't even see yourself. And if you can't see yourself, other people can't see yourself. So how do you go from this realization that you've got this invisibility cloak to moving past that? And this is where my purpose formula comes in. So, oh gosh, let's just go back there. It's not in the right order. So the purpose formula, each of the P's, each of the letters stands for something new. And the first P is passion. And so that's finding what you love. And the reason I've actually put it here at the beginning is because there was a time, once I'd sort of found who I was a little bit, that I felt like I had to find my purpose. I was reading all these things, people going, oh, my purpose is this, my purpose is that. And I was overthinking it. It's like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And I couldn't, I'd make something fit, but it was really to make something fit rather than something I felt. And I searched a lot for it. And then I've just come to really believe now that your purpose is sort of your passion. And if you do what you love, your purpose will just unfold. What I mean by that is I remember listening to somebody and they said something about, oh, somebody changed the molecules in the room. And I was like, I want to be the person who changes the molecules in the room. I want to be that person. And then I was like, well, what does that mean to me? It means that you've got a high vibe. It's like if I could be a person who people always feel uplifted, they might not know why. There's just some feeling. It's a vibrational thing. It's an energetic thing. After I've been there, I've changed the molecules, I've raised the vibe. That would be amazing. Well, that would be a great purpose. And it's not like necessarily changing the world, but it's changing my world. So that would be a great purpose. But how do I do that? Well, for me to be able to affect the vibration of other people, I have to be in my highest vibration, which means I have to be doing what I love. It'll be living my passion. And if I do that, then everything else will unfold. Everything will unfold as a result of that. And so that's what I feel purpose is. It's being the best you. So my first advice in the purpose formula is don't overthink what your purpose is. You just got to find what lights you up, what allows you to be the best you. And I think purpose it's a journey. It's not a destination. It will unfold. So hopefully that's sensible and helpful. So let's just go. Oh gosh, sorry about this. We just seem to be zipping ahead all the time. So the U is up. U for up. What lights you up? What pulls you up? And this can be hard because obviously we go back to that time. I said I was reading this, these books and saying, do what you love and think about what you want. And I was like, I don't know. So how do you find what lights you up? So the first thing is to think about what you loved doing as a child. So think back to being a child. What did you love doing there? That's, maybe journal about it. What did you love as a child? What are the things that you get lost in? That no time, no space. You can start doing them and then, 3 hours later, time's passed and it feels like 5 minutes. What are those things? And you might not be able to pick them up right now, but just notice going forward. What are those things? And finally, I think it's really helpful for us to feel what a yes is in our body, what a yes is like in our body. My head sometimes is like a debating team. I've got both sides up there. Da 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 da. It's not a good place for me to make decisions. So what I've learned is to feel into my body, and there are different ways that you can do it. But the first thing is just feel what a yes feels like in your body. And you start off by just, asking yourself, is this a yes, or is this true for me? And feeling what it is, or saying, I love such and feel what it feels like. So, for example, I'm a tea drinker. I don't drink coffee. As simple as this, I could say, I love coffee. I love coffee. I get a feeling down below that's a bit constricting. As I say, I love tea. It's more expensive. I mean, that wasn't a great example because I'm not really in love with those things, but you choose things that you do feel a strong relation to, and say what something is true, so it's true, and feel what that feels like, and then say something that is not true and feel what that is in your body, so you know what a yes is and you know when it's not a yes. So I think that's a really important thing, and that's something that you can start doing straight away. Yay. The next letter in the purpose is R, and this is resist. So this is basically saying no. And there are key things here. This is hard. This is hard if you're used to saying yes all the time. It's hard. So here are some key things. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to, or you could say no, thank you, but you don't have to give a big explanation. That's not necessary. In fact, it's really good to practice just going, no, thank you. 2, you're going to probably say it like I did, and you think, oh no, I really could. I don't backtrack, because once you've said it, it's great. So just stick with it. And finally, celebrate the no, because the no is a yes for you. And that's what you're trying to build. So when you have said no, well, no, thank you, or no, that doesn't work, or whatever, but it's short, no explanation, no backtracking, and then celebrate, because you are learning a new skill. And you can start off by just saying no to things that are easy to say no to, but that you'd normally say yes to, but you say no, no thanks, and see what happens. Then the next P is pair. So what is it that needs to go? So you've created this habit, you've created this world, you've created this being that isn't the place where you want to be. So you need to pare it down. You need to declutter, if you like. And that could be physical things. Maybe it's clothes, maybe it's books, maybe it's just stuff. It could be virtual things. It could, like going through your emails. I just regularly go through my email list and unsubscribe, because I end up subscribed to a whole lot of stuff. It's like I just don't need all this stuff coming. The news. Do you need to be watching that news program? Do you need to be watching that TV program? Do you need to be, so anything that's not actually physical, but in that sort of virtual world. And then finally, people. Because maybe there are some people that you don't feel good when you've been around. You're just like, oh, they drain me. Don't be around those people. Limit the time. Maybe it's time to say, actually, we've our time together is finished. I'm saying goodbye, with the greatest love, but it's time to say goodbye. So what needs to go? And finally, well, not finally, but we'll come back to this slide that I kept coming back to, coming up to earlier, is what do others say about you? You're just trying to figure out what you love. What do others say about you? And don't judge it. Don't judge it. So particularly people who know you well, what do they say about you? So my brothers would say all the time, you're such a dork. It's been said to me so many times, not only my brothers, but people close to me, like, you're such a dork. And you could think, well, why would anyone want to grab that? And it's not that I want to grab that, but I look at what's behind it. So don't necessarily just look at the words, what's behind it? Well, usually they're like, oh, you're such a dork. But they're saying it from a place where they're lightened. They're in a lighter mood. I've lightened their day. I've lightened their mood a little bit. So if you come back to, if my purpose is raising the vibes, job well done. So what others say, don't judge it. Just look what's behind it. Just trying to really get to know who you are. S is for satisfaction. So what do you feel satisfied doing? What makes you feel good? There are some things that would feel good. And sometimes helping people feels good. Don't stop. Don't think that being not a people pleaser means you don't help people. No, it just means that you do it from a different place. But if something makes you feel good, then that's amazing. So do more of that and see where it takes you. And finally, easy. What's easy for you? was easy for you that other people might like go, oh, how did you do that? It was so easy. But you just don't, it's just so easy. One of the things that's very easy for me is to be out and a total stranger will walk past and I'll just like go, oh, wow, I love your outfit. And people are like, well, like some people, my friends are like, how do you do that? Just talk to people like that. I could never do that. But again, if you think about it, it's easy for me, but it makes that person feel good. It's like, oh, hold on a second, that might be me living my purpose. So what comes easily to you? So that's my purpose formula. And it's been a bit of a quick run through, but really, hopefully it's been helpful because it gives you something to move forward. But it's really important to understand that everything up until now has become a habit. People pleasing is a habit. You're just doing it over and over and it becomes a habit. And habits get programmed into our nervous system. So behaviors that we do over and over get programmed into our nervous system, and our nervous system creates these little neurocircuits, like shortcuts, a little shortcut to do that, because and then it's our default. It's like our default setting. But these neurocircuits can create blocks in the nervous system, but the nervous system's like, oh, I've just created this block. So changing a habit isn't necessarily about changing a habit really is about creating a new one. So it's not like you don't have to worry about how I'm going to get rid of that. You just have to create something new, and you start by doing something different because the habit has been created by doing the same thing. So, for example, if somebody always phones and says, can you babysit? Can you babysit? Can you babysit? And your default's always yes. Just say no sometimes. Just say no. Even if you can, just say no. Just get into the habit of doing something different. Or if you have someone who phones up and it's like, and then you're always like, oh, let me help you. Let me do this, this, and this. The next time they're like giving you the sob story, just like, oh wow, that sounds so hard for you. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Do something different. So, and maybe use that purpose formula to get you to do something different. So that's how the habit will change and the neurocircuitry will be broken down. But the breath work that we're going to do shortly will also help with that. And finally, I just wanted to say that it's really important to remember that giving and receiving are intertwined. Like we can receive a breath and give a breath. We can't just give, or receive. That isn't how it's supposed to work. So you can keep giving as long as you are receiving. So you can give to whoever you want. So it's not about stopping being the person who's the giver. It's about making sure that you're receiving as well. They go hand in hand. So I mentioned that we're going to do breath work, and the breath work that we're going to do is something called quantum breath. And it's a very powerful way of rewiring the nervous system. So it calms the nervous system, but it rewires. So those neurocircuits that are formed with the habits and traumas and beliefs that have been programmed in when we're children, they block the energy flow. They block the flow to actually what we want. So we will want to be something else. We want to be seen. We want to be, in touch with who we are. We want to love our life. We want to love ourselves. We need to clear any of those blocks in the nervous system, and quantum breath through rhythmic breathing, sounds, and intention setting calms and rewires the nervous system, clears any blocks, and it helps you connect with what you do want and then create the energetic flow for that. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I'm just going to get music. So do let me know about the music volume. Let me just put it on. So hopefully now you'll be able to hear the music. Just going to give it here, volume, and okay, so we've got some volume. Hopefully that's all good. Put in the chat if that's too much or you can't hear me. And let's get my volume here. So before we start, a couple of safety tips. Make sure you're in a relaxed and comfortable place, either sitting or lying down. Do not do this while you're driving or when you're on the go. So if you are listening to the replay, wait till you get home. Please don't do this if you're pregnant. And the most important thing is to listen to your body, to listen to your own rhythms. So if I'm asking you to hold your breath, I'll be guiding you, but if it's too much, just go back to a natural breath. So if we're ready, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, and out through the mouth. In through the nose, expand the belly, and out through the mouth. Keep going. In through the nose, expand the belly, and out through the mouth. Just notice your breath, expanding, breathing, relaxing and letting go as you breathe out. Notice if there's any tension in your body. Breathe into that part. And as you breathe out, feel the tension dissolve away. Notice your thoughts. Notice the clouds passing by. I think it's important to come back to it later, but now just notice. Just any emotion. Just notice, don't judge. All good. Notice if there is any part of your body. Just be aware. Now you to something that feel great. Reconnect with that idea. Let's play. Meet with your intention. What is your intention? Love, self-love. Maybe it's clarity. Clear on what you want. Maybe it's freedom. Freedom to be who you are. Whatever your intention, create a short statement, I am, and then your intention. So I am love. And throughout this practice, I'm going to ask you to remember that intention, and you can say it in your head. So now, continuing this breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, we're really going to harmonize our breath with every cell in our body by breathing in and out the same amount of time. So I'm going to count you as you take a deep breath in through the nose, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, in through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 3, in through the nose, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4. We just continue that breath, that coherent breath, harmonizing cells in your body, harmonizing your brain wave, your heart wave. Everything into alignment. And to really ground in your intention. Maybe use your intention to count the in and the out breath. So I am, as you breathe in through your nose, and I am as you breathe out through your mouth. Perfect. Perfect. Really I am. You just come with the nose out. Going, I'm going to explain. It's time to. It's going to be in through the nose and out. Out, breathe through the nose, really short. I'm going to pull your belly in. I'm going to demonstrate it before I ask you to. But so I was going to start. Start now. Start slow, just nose, up the nose, up the belly in. You have to worry about the breath, it'll just bleed. Concentrate on that. Out breath, pulling your belly in. Keep going. Don't go too fast at the moment, just get feeling of that short, sharp out breath with your belly coming in, clearing blocks, firing up your nervous system, firing up. You're feeling lost. You're going to fire up your passion, and be open and receptive what might come through as we practice. Keep remembering your intention. Keep remembering your intention. Maybe try it a little bit faster. You'll find what's good for you. Keep going. Keep going. If it feels too much, slow it down. Keep going. It's okay if it feels a little uncomfortable. We're making changes in the nervous system. Change happens outside the comfort zone, so keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And you might find that your body moves with this. As you breathe in, your shoulders move back. And then as you breathe out, they come forward. If your body wants to move, let it move. Keep going. Keep going. Nearly there. And we're going to do 7 more. 7. 3 more. 1 more. And now take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Fill your body with air. Feel the expansion. And then just let it release. Take another breath in through your nose. Hold it. And now let it gently release. Gently release. And at the end of this exhale, you're going to hold. Don't inhale. Just hold on the exhale, fully empty. Remember your intention. Quite safe, your body's well oxygenated. We're creating new things, new you, remembering you. And when you're ready, breathe in through your nose and out with a loud sigh. And take a deep breath in again through your nose. Hold it. Hold. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Sip it in through your mouth. Hold, hold, hold. Feel as if you're floating like a balloon. Remember your intention, and when you're ready, breathe it out. Breathe in again through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Remember your intention. Slip it in through your mouth. Hold it. Expand. Remember that intention. Multiply the feeling 5 times, 10 times, 100 times. Ready? Spread that energy all around you, that intention with an Breathe in again through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Expand. Sip it in through your mouth. And when you're ready, spread that intention all around. And now just come back to a natural breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Just notice what's different. Just notice. Remember your intention. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just breathe gently in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you're breathing, make the out breath longer, twice as long. I'll count it for you. In through the nose, 2, 3, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Through the nose, 2, 3, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just keep that breathing going, a long out breath, 2 more breaths. Remember your intention. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember it with gratitude. You tap into the gratitude as you remember your intention. Very powerful. Perfect. Perfect. And then we're going to come back to a natural breath. Just imagine sitting around a circle, and whether you're at the live or listening to the replay, you're connected with everyone in the circle. In the center of the circle is a crystal. Connect your heart with the crystal and be connected with everyone who's there. Breathe in your intention, and know that the crystal's amplifying the energy. And as you breathe out, breathe your intention, a positive intention to all of the people in the group. And as you breathe in the next time, you breathe in all the intentions that are aligned with you, any positive vibes aligned with you coming from this whole group. Seeing you, seeing who you are. And breathe out. Take one last breath from this beautiful crystal, this crystal that sees who you are at the deepest level under all the masks. Remember your intention and breathe out with gratitude and come back to your natural breath. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, just let this intention integrate into every cell of your body. And know you can come back to this feeling at any time. You can do this breath work anytime. You can journal after this using any of the prompts that we've mentioned. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Well, thank you very much for joining. That was so amazing. So thank you for joining. And if anyone's interested, I'll put the link for the series, the Vitality Reset series, in here if you want to come and listen to more of these and feel this amazing transformation with breathwork.